Hey guys, what's up? It's Christine Seal, the High Level Queen, and I'm super excited today because I have a very special guest joining me. I hope you guys are ready. This is going to be awesome. And his name is Jeffery Banek, and he is the Funnel Doc. Hey,
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am outstanding. It's hot in Las Vegas, but my clients are killing it, and I'm loving life, and I can't ask for more. Actually, it's a wonderful time to be alive.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And I'm really excited to hear your story and how you generated like $47 million in 4 years. That's crazy money.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so tell us a little bit about you and kind of your story, how you got started and what you're passionate about.
For sure. It's pretty funny because my whole story starts like about in 2010. Actually, I was a personal trainer at this time, and this is before apps had ever come out or anything like that. They were just starting to come out in 2010. And I had been thinking of wanted to create the first ever online personal trainer at this time, like automated systems, everything. And I'd been writing out literally for like 2 years all the formulas in my head, all my experience for like 15 years as a personal trainer, and putting it into this. One day, when I'm training one of my personal training clients, I'm telling him about this, and he looks at me and he's like, Jeff, he's like, how much do you like your job? And I'm like, well, Mark, I love my job. I love being a trainer. He goes, I'll tell you what, this sounds like an amazing idea. I'll pay for everything. I'll give you a salary of $3,000 a month. You quit your job and we'll work on this and we'll launch it and we'll split it 50-50. And I'm like, as a personal trainer making like 30, 40 grand a year, I'm like, hell yeah, raise my hand. I'll take 2 of those, please. Of course. So long story short, a year goes by. We build everything out. We're getting ready to launch. And Mark comes to me and he says, Jeff, look, we've already spent $115,000 on this. I'd only really allotted 100 grand. We haven't even launched yet. We haven't done anything yet. And to really get this out to market, it could be 200. It could be $500,000 to get this all out to market. So he's like, I'm just going to cut losses and let it go. And I'm like, well, okay, that's amazing that you can do that, but I couldn't. And at that point I was left, I didn't know what to do. So I went back to fitness and tried to figure out this whole online game. Like, how can I market myself online? How can I create a presence online? Because I saw that the digital space was the future. So fast forward, like no joke, like 3-4 years later, this is 2017. So we're looking at 7 years later, I've been trying to figure this out. So this didn't happen overnight, everybody. I've been staying in the fitness space at that point. But one time I'm studying under this mentor named Bedros Keuilian. And all of a sudden, Bedros holds up this book. I don't have one on my desk right now, from this guy named Russell Brunson, who I have no clue at that time who he is or what he does. And the book's called .com Secrets. And he tells me to read it. And of course, like anyone out there who has a mentor, if your mentor tells you to read a book, you read it, right? So I'll never forget when I read .com Secrets for the first time. It was literally like when Neo first saw The Matrix. For anyone that saw that movie, it was like I could see everything: funnels, upsells, downsells, webinars, everything I'd literally been trying to figure out, this online game and sales and everything for the last 6-7 years or whatever, all came together and made sense. And I saw that funnels were the future, that websites are dead. And I literally, at that point, some of you know or some of you don't know, I went, anybody watching this, got a funnel hacker tattoo as a commitment that I would do something great in Clickfunnels. This was April 4th, 2017. I hadn't even gotten a 2 comma or anything at this point. The Clickfunnels group was roughly about 32,000 people at this time. And I wanted to become a master in the Clickfunnels game. So I decided to go all in Clickfunnels. And a lot of people don't know this, but the way that I got known was providing immense value in the Clickfunnels group. Anyone that had a question, I would spend all day in there just answering questions, jumping on Zooms, whatever it took to actually make it happen and master Clickfunnels. So we're maxing out our credit cards. We're literally paycheck to paycheck, but I'm trying to make this thing happen. And then one day I'm sitting there at my desk. My desk was by the front door, watching Russell Brunson, back with his marketing quickies way back in the day where he looked like literally he was a 15-year-old boy. And I'm sitting there, and Tori, my wife, goes to work. She comes back like 30 minutes later, just crying, or just look like somebody had died. And I'm like, babe, what's going on? What's wrong? She looks at me and she's like, I lost my job. And mind you, at this point, I was doing like side hustle things, a couple $100 here, $500 here, a couple jobs here, but nothing consistent. She was really providing a majority of the income. And when that happened, we were already like less than paycheck to paycheck. We'd maxed out our credit cards. So you can imagine things got really bad really fast. Rent was coming up due here in a couple of weeks. And when it was due, we had no option. We literally had to pawn my wife's wedding ring at the time to be able to pay rent. And the sad thing is it was an heirloom that was passed down from my mom because I couldn't afford a real ring at that time. And we could only get like $800 for it. And our rent was $12. Wasn't enough to pay rent. And the embarrassing thing was we had to borrow money from her parents just to be able to pay rent. And like another 30 days go by and it's getting really bad. Like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm not giving up because I feel that this is the future. This digital marketing, this online, this funnel thing is the future. Well, again, some random dude, Kevin David, puts a post in the Clickfunnels group that he needs help with his funnels. And because I've been doing all this work in the group, I've been helping anybody, I've been spending so much time, everybody starts tagging me, Jeff, and just going crazy. So Kevin reaches out to me, and it's so funny. I mean, even after all this time, it's been 4 years, and I still get goosebumps telling this story. It's so funny. He reaches out to me, and man, it was really rough, and he looks at some of my funnels. He goes, hey, you got a Clickfunnels tattoo. Everybody's saying you're the man, so you got to be the man. And we agreed at that time for me to build out his entire funnel ecosystem, his funnels, his messenger bot, his emails, his like everything except for he did the webinar and the course. And he paid me $6,000 for it. And I'll never forget the feeling when that check cleared. It wasn't a check. It was a wire deposit. Who uses checks? Why did I even say that? But anyway, when that deposit cleared in my account, I was like, baby, we are rich. We got $6,000. We're getting your ring out of pot. We're going out to dinner at Red Lobster. Like, we are rich, baby. Because like, seriously, I came from a world as a personal trainer making like $30,000 a year. That's like a fifth of my entire salary that I got in one pop. And so long story short, we built out Kevin David's funnel and it was magical, man. It's like nothing I'd ever seen. We launched it. It was May 17th, and 57 days later, we at that time broke the ClickFunnels record for fastest to $1 million and did $1.2 million in sales in 57 days. We had 2 days that were $100,000 days. We did $108,000 and $132,000 in 24 hours. And imagine being the guy who built this, sitting on the back end going, is this broken? That's not supposed to be happening like that, right? I mean, like, seriously, like, as much as we all dream of this happening, to actually see it happening it's I can't explain you how it felt. So needless to say, they all of a sudden ClickFunnels decides to launch their viral event where they wanted to have the nude squirrel and the gold digger and everything. And they invited Gary Vee out to Boise, Idaho, and they're going to set the world record for the largest ever human bubble soccer game. Well, because Kevin at the time is the owner of this funnel, I don't get any recognition. It's his funnel. He's making all the money. I'm just the dude who built it, But this is what amazing dude Kevin is. They invite Kevin to the event, and Kevin's like, well, I'm not going unless Jeff can go. And they're like, dude, he's got like a ClickFunnels tattoo. Of course he can come. We don't care. Come on, So I'm like, woo, I'm going to ClickFunnels. It was like, I can't really explain the feeling now. Like, I'm going to the ClickFunnels event. I'm going to see Russell Brunson. I'm going to see Gary Vee. I've never been to a conference before in my life. This is my first experience. I'm walking around seeing all these famous celebrities and stuff. Here's Akbar Sheikh. Here's these different people I've been seeing online. I'm just like, this is amazing. And I'll never forget Gary Vee's up there giving his presentation. And it was so funny because Russell at that point still was sort of new, not new to online, but new to being out so much in the public eye. And it was like every F-bomb that Gary dropped, it was like Russell's getting hit in the face. He was like, oh. And me being a fanboy, I'm staring at Russell the whole time across the room. I'm sure it felt a little creepy. I'm just like, oh my God, it's Russell Brunson across the room. So needless to say, one of these gentlemen, Akbar Sheikh, this guy I'd been following at the time. I'm sure you guys have heard him before. He's an amazing dude. Love him. He's a good friend of mine and mentor. At that time, I wanted him to become a mentor and help guide me. And I'll never forget, Gary Vee's up there. He's giving this presentation. I look across the room, and sitting right next to Akbar Sheikh, I pan to his left. It was none other than Bedros Keuilian, the guy who introduced .com secrets to me in the first place. And that was amazing. It felt like everything had gone full circle at that point. Once that was over, we decided to launch the second funnel for Kevin's other Shopify course. That took a little longer to hit 1 million. It took just shy of 6 months. But the amazing thing was, during that time, I was lucky enough to get ready to be going on Mixergy, Andrew Warner's podcast. As I'm getting ready to go, that Kevin calls me. He's like, dude, we did it. I'm like, what do we do, bro? What do we do? And he's like, we just broke 10 million. So my very first funnel that did 1.2 in 57 days went on to do over 10 million in under 18 months. From there, I launched another funnel for a coaching offer that was 10K. That one took just shy of a year. That's my third 2 comma that I got last year. And then I launched another one with a gentleman named Larry Labarsky. We launched that, did 844,000 in 7 days. That's gone on to do 3 or 4 million. Everything included all the little funnels and everything have done 47.1 million now in the last 4 years for the clients I've created. So it's been an amazing journey and a crazy ride. And now I'm blessed to be here telling you guys and gals about it. So there we go.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm sure people are going to have questions. Is it cool if they post their questions as we're chatting?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
Please do. Please do. So
guys, if you're liking this, give us some likes and hearts and post your questions below. Okay. So I kind of want to go back a little bit to you, how you and I met, because I didn't know. I mean, I knew you were a big deal, for sure.
Thank you.
But so we actually met at FHL last year before like the world stopped, basically. Right. And I think that's where all of us got Rona for the first time. But anyway.
Probably so, right?
Yeah. So we met at FHL, and I was just, I was totally in like disbelief because I think Jeff Miller introduced us. And I saw you. I was like, can you introduce me? Because I'm so shy. Like, I always have to ask for an intro. And then I got to meet you, and I was like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. Like, I get to meet, and I felt the same way when I went to FHL for the first time. That was my first ever FHL. And I got to meet a bunch of amazing people, and I was totally starstruck like the entire time. But I made a lot of really good friends. And I was like super surprised that you remembered me, because I remember you were asking in one of the Facebook groups for help, and like a bunch of people tagged me. You're like, oh yeah, I remember you. I was like, what?
Well, here's the thing too, is realize because of Jeff, you sort of got into like a table of like sort of like little, I mean, whatever you want to call it, people that know what's going on or whatever you want to say. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. So it was just because you sat down, and here's a table of my friends and everybody, and you sat down and just engaged with the group. So it was just memorable that you were part of the group all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah. That's so cool. That's so fun. So that's how we met. Okay, back to you. So is it cool? And you don't have to dish if you don't want to or can or whatever, but I remember seeing, you got your start with Clickfunnels, and then I remember seeing a live stream that you did where you were basically having to get rid of your Clickfunnels swag and everything like that. And again, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but tell us a little bit about that. Like what happened and how did that come about? Because that's how you got started and what you became known for, right?
So I will never, ever, 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 ever have anything bad to say about Clickfunnels or Russell Brunson or Dave Woodward or anyone. I love the Clickfunnels family. I love going to Funnel Hacking Live. It feels like I'm seeing my family again every year. It's the greatest thing, dude. Russell has created a great movement. He created such a movement that I have 2 tattoos. I don't just have one. I have 2 Clickfunnels tattoos. So he created a movement so much and inspired me and trained me. He's my mentor, so much I've learned from him. But the problem that I feel now is I feel that unfortunately, and there might be changing. Dave met with me and he told me in September, magic's on the way. So at Funnel Hacking Live, who knows what's going to happen? But the problem is now I don't make funnels anymore. I coach people how to make $1 million ecosystems for their high ticket coaching offer. And ClickFunnels doesn't fill that void for the software I need. I need something where they can have all their emails, their text, their membership sites, everything integrates together. They're able to track their clients. They're able to make sales. They're literally able to do everything they need to do for their coaching, high-end coaching business in one spot. And ClickFunnels can do that, but you need 36 different apps integrated in from 97 different places. And I don't want that for my clients, so I decided to white label high level and build my own, on this side, online coaching CRM, name drop, boom. There we go, get that in there, sorry. But online coaching CRM app, just like and a lot of people have, because I found that it was the best solution for what I need from my clients. And don't get me wrong, it's hard, but that was a conversation that Dave and I had that he said, because we're now competitors, if I decided to go forward with it, that I couldn't necessarily not necessarily wear. He never said anything. I think it was more of a choice that he was just like, you can't, we can't have you affiliated because you're a competitor, which I understand. You know what I mean? So, but that's really what it was they told me that I couldn't be associated with ClickFunnels as much because I'm a competitor, and that, I wouldn't be able to go to Funnel Hacking Live, which really hurt. Because, it's my family, but I respect everything they said. And again, I have nothing bad to say about them. That's a business choice. When we talked about it, that's one of the things Dave said. He's like, hey, you got to put your big boy pants on and make a big boy business decision. Do you want to go through with that, or do you want to stay with us? And I decided to go through with my own option, and I don't regret it, but I will never say that I don't miss ClickFunnels. I love it. I mean, Russell created a huge movement over there and a family, and now I just get to hang out on the edges, I guess. So that's the whole story behind it. So
dang, I didn't know they banned you from the event too. That's
I hadn't bought a ticket yet, but Dave said if I had, they would have asked to have it refunded.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and again, they were totally cool about it. Dave met with me. He's very respectful. We talked. He's very much, this is unfortunately the way it has to be, especially they've gotten so big now. If it was 2-3 years ago when they were small and stuff and they didn't have a team of lawyers always looking for people, because as you guys know, Russell's images and everything's stolen and hacked all the time. So they have lawyers out there just going after it. So they can't be like, oh, well, Jeff, you're special, so we'll let you slide by, which I understand. So that's where we're at, unfortunately. Well, but I still earn these dudes, so they're staying on my wall. You guys kiss my butt.
Yeah, for sure. As they should, right?
Right.
That's really fascinating. So I love how transparent you are about the white labeling high level. How did you... This is like the perfect segue. So how did you kind of come to the decision that was the direction that you wanted to go? How did you choose high level?
Yeah. So high level is some degree designed towards agencies. We'll all agree with that. Its premise is to help agencies scale out. But there's so many good components in there that the coaches need. They need funnels. They need websites. They need it all to integrate. So I saw it as an opportunity to be able to service my people at the highest level and have my own version of a SaaS out there. So that's why I decided that in the coaching space, there is a huge need for a CRM or all-in-one marketing solution. And that's what online coaching, or my white label version, online coaching CRM does. is it's an all-in-one solution. And that's why I decided to niche down, because there's no coaching solution out there. And this allowed me to fill a void that I see a huge problem. So my goal is over the next year to become the go-to marketing CRM coaching solution out there. So that's what I've done, is I've tailor-made all my lead magnets, all my funnels, all my follow-up. That's all you get when you sign up, is all coaching based. So anyone that's a coach, when you get in there, all your coaching stuff, your funnels, everything's done. It's like a coaching system in a box. So that's sort of my take on what I did and why I went over, because again, like at that time, Dave and I talked, he was like, hey, in September, we're going to answer all your questions. And I'm like, great, you might, but that's still, even now it's 3 months away or a couple months away. So imagine how much you can do even in 2 months, you know? And I'm going to be honest with me, I'm not greedy. I don't need 1 million people or anything. Heck, if I could get 1,000 people paying me 97 or 100, 200 bucks a month, that's $100,000, people. That's a lot of freaking money. That is a lot of money. Think about it. If you were doing your own version, even if you get 100 people to sign up at $1,000, I'm not good at math, but I think that's 10K, right? I think it's 10K, right? That's a lot of money. $10,000 a month will change the average person's life.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very cool.
Yeah, as you'll see, I'm ask away. I'm super transparent. There's pretty much not anything that I'm going to hold back. I've got nothing to hide. So, you know, ask away, whatever.
Yeah. So guys, feel free to ask your questions. I'm so sorry about my mic. It keeps auto adjusting and I turned it off. So I don't honestly know what the freaking problem is. I hope you can hear me okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm sorry. So Mike, I have a question for you on the SaaS, because you're basically providing a SaaS.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are doing this. Like a lot of people are switching to the SaaS model.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about like what were the main things that you kind of made you decide on that, and then like how did you go about like creating your offer and your pricing and everything like that? Because I think like a lot of the questions that I get on SaaS are like, how do I get started?
Sure.
How do I determine my pricing? And so kind of if you want to talk a little bit about that, that would be super helpful.
Of course. So the first thing you have to do when coming in with a SaaS is, I think the number one problem is everybody's like, I'm going to throw everything in there. High Level's got so much to offer. I'm going to just put the whole kitchen sink. I'm going to give them SMS. I'm going to give them two-way. I'm going to give them everything. The problem with that is the average person, isn't a tech person like a lot of us, and that leads to massive overwhelm. So the first thing you need to do is come up with what we call a minimum viable offer. This is what on the smallest level that you can give someone to still get the job done at the highest level. So for me, I have to look at it. What does a coaching person need? They need the ability to have funnels. They need the ability to host their website. They need, if you still want to do membership sites so they can sell their product, they need to be able to sell the product. They need to be able to have a complete follow-up system that has SMS, email, and even voicemails. So when I look at all that, I'm like, those are the majority, and triggers, of course, to automate it all. But those are the majority of things that a coach needs. So I was able to, by creating my SaaS offer, pull those out of High Level and make what they call a snapshot, or a specific capture of what I want to give to people. And this allows a coach to come in and have stuff that's not going to overwhelm them, but still give them everything they need to get the job done at the highest level. Now, I'm still going to offer the other things at a higher price point for someone when they scale up that needs that. But let's be honest, when the average coach starts out and they're making, 10, 20 grand a month, they don't need a full-blown CRM. It's once you start getting the 100K months and you're doing $1 million plus a year that you need all those other options. Starting out, you just need the bare essentials. And I think that that's what most people, when they're doing this, they need to think of what your end result is you're trying to get. Whoever your target market is, it doesn't matter. Whoever it is, and then reverse engineer what tools they need from high level to be able to get the maximum result. And then here's the funny thing. When you made that list, you're probably going to still need to cut it in half because you're still going to think that they need everything and starting out they don't. So try and go minimum viable offer. And then if you have people complaining, oh, we still need X, Y, or Z, then add it in versus trying to give them too much, because it, as great as it sounds to you and I, it only leads to overwhelm of the average person. Because here's the deal. If you're that person out there that's like, I'm going to do a SaaS with high level, you're probably a little techie to some degree. Most people aren't a little techie, don't even know what SaaS means. So realize just because you have a certain language or understanding, the average person of them might be their third or fourth language. It's like you're speaking English and they're speaking Greek or something. You guys don't understand each other. So you have to make it easy to understand. You have to give them the smallest amount of options for the maximum result. And you have to give them some type of guidance on how to get started. Because that's the other thing. Once the average person signs up for a SaaS, they're like, sweet, what do I do now? If you don't tell them, they don't know, and they'll only be guessing. And guessing leads to people that won't sign up. They won't continue on. But what you need to do is set up the steps for them to be successful, because as soon as they see success and your SaaS becomes integrated in their system, they'll stay with you for years. And that's what we really want with this type of product.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, cool. So, guys, I hope you're listening to this because you just got like amazing free advice. The funnel lock. So, okay. Also, I just want to add to, I don't know, are you on the pro plan that actually comes with SaaS built in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you guys aren't aware of this, you can actually sign up for the high level pro plan, and SaaS mode is built in now.
Mm-hmm.
So like you guys can easily like create your own plans, and then they get sent their authentication, their username and password automatically now. You can
it's been better and better.
You can upsell for Twilio rebilling. I could go on about this all day, but this is your interview. But just so you guys know, it's an amazing opportunity to get started on SaaS. So Jonathan wants to know, he says, amazing story. How would you get started if you had to do it all over again from scratch with no money?
So that's a great question. Since I started with no money, Jonathan, I would do what I did. And we are blessed online. Now, whether you're in, Facebook tends to be the easiest, but I would go out somewhere, find my community of people, and start providing value and showing them my education and my experience. Because by providing value, initially you'll have to do it a lot of times at free or discounted to get started. Because if you don't have, now you said starting over from scratch with no money, if I still was blessed to have all my friends and following, it'd be easy because you just contact your network and you start making things happen. But if I was starting all over from scratch, I would definitely stay with coaching. I love coaching. I find that it provides the best return on investment from my clients. I don't like courses as much, even though I'm probably going to be releasing one here soon, just because the average person only opens like 60 to 70% of a course. And I don't want to start off with only like 60 to 70% opening my material. I want people to have results. So if I just start over from scratch, what I do is I'd find a group where my ideal avatar or dream customer is. I'd start providing them value. I'd make sure I had some kick-ass type of a lead magnet in a Facebook group that you could only get in that Facebook group by joining. I'd tell everybody and their mother about this badass lead magnet that's in my Facebook group. As my Facebook group grow, I continue to go to the outside groups, bringing people in, growing my pond of potential clients in my Facebook group. I'd also start providing in my Facebook group tons of value that's only in there, special training, special offers, things like that, building that rapport, building that know, like, and trust. Then I'd start making offers to them. I'd start low until I could start getting people in. As I get people in and start compounding my results, start building testimonials, start building case studies, I then start increasing my price until I sort of get back to where I am today, long story short.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, very, very cool. And I totally agree, by the way. The best thing that I ever did, just like you, providing free value in Facebook groups
Yeah.
and helping people. Like, I literally started out the same way, like helping people for free and just to like get affiliates. And then once that just kind of snowballed and compounded. So for sure, just provide genuine value. And I think the best thing anyone ever told me was like, do what you're passionate about and the money will follow. Don't
100%.
just don't just chase the money. So
You know what's
Jonathan,
funny? Sorry, you know what's funny too is there's so many fake gurus out there and everything, and then you hear people bitching, excuse my language, all the time about these fake gurus and everything, and they're like, "Oh, I got to take advantage." Pay attention to what people are doing. Watch what they're doing out there. If they're giving you tons of value, if they're giving you training, if they're teaching you things that you're able to apply in your business that's taking you to the next level, that's probably not somebody that's fake. It's that person out there that's claiming to make millions and all that. So providing value is going to get you authority. Everyone that you help is now going to see you as some type of a status figure, as some type of person that they can look for. So initially, when starting out, you have to give value. You have to give value. You have to give value. I said 3 times. Say it one more time. You have to give value. That is the quickest way to grow, because here's the deal. It's called reciprocity. When you give, people feel the need to give back to you. And whether it's referrals or talking great things about you or signing up for your offers when you finally make them, by giving, you will get. I promise. Don't go in this with a scarcity minded thinking that, hey, if I give away some of my secrets and stuff, hey, dude, guess what? Your secrets aren't your secrets. There's a good chance it's somewhere out on the internet. So if people want to search hard enough, they'll find it. Just give because you want to help, and it will come back to you tenfold. I promise.
absolutely. Very cool. Cynthia says, would love to know how you price for coaches, how you lead them to maintain their high level platform. It's not easy to teach coaches. They get overwhelmed easily, and each coach has nuances that need customization.
So the question, it's first of all, we'll take it. It's like, how do I price my coaching offer? That's a great question. So when I very first started coaching, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it $97 a month, unlimited people, unlimited months. I'm going to do group coaching. I'm going to help everybody. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to do it. People are going to get in. Here's the problem. People put in $97 worth of effort when they pay $97 too. That's just the fact of it. You would think it's different, but it's not. So one of the things that I started doing was adding more value to my offer. So it started moving initially from group coaching into one-on-one with more training and courses and supplement and other coaches and group training and experts coming in. So I kept increasing the value. And as I increased the value, I increased the price. And one of the things that happened is every time my price doubled, please, anyone listening, don't take this personally, but the level of my clients doubled as well. And the amount of success to where now everybody that works with me makes like 10K in 30 days and are blowing up to 100K. It's amazing. So I would price it on how much value you can provide. For instance, you work with me, you're going to make 10K. It makes sense. I could probably charge you 10K. If you can make someone $100,000 doing what you do, would it be crazy to charge them $50,000? Probably not. If you can guarantee they can make 100. So you really have to look at that end result. How big is the pain point that you're solving? Like if someone has a headache, you could say, hey, that's not a big deal. I can just take some Tylenol. But if that headache is caused by cancer, how much would they pay to get a pill to remove that cancer? Anything. So you sort of have to look at it like, how much return on investment is there? How much of a service are you providing? How much of a pain point are you alleviating? And how much is that pain point keeping them up at night? So these are all the different things that sort of factor into pricing. Now, as far as how to lead them to high level for their platform. Now, I have a specific in my coaching offer that you get it for X amount of months for free. So I literally train them from the moment they join my coaching program, how to track their clients. All my funnels are templatized too, so that they can use them as a base, starting at scratch in high levels or in online coaching CRM, my version of it. They have their email, like everything's done for them. So it makes it like cut and paste which leads to no overwhelm because I have a detailed roadmap that's like week 1, we're doing this. Week 2, we're doing this. Here's your key performance indicators. Here's your milestones that you have to hit each way. I like gamify my coaching and my onboarding process for both high level and my coaching programs so that it becomes fun to learn and not overwhelming. So hopefully that, and what was the last one? If we get I think there's one more part. Also, each coach has nuances to need to be. So here's that is a big mistake. You cannot break it down per niche or nuance. That's why I went to coaches and I now give an overall coaching. Here it is. If you try and customize each one, you will lead to overwhelm. That's like the difference between a coach and a consultant. A consultant comes in and solves a specific problem or specific group of problems, where a coach brings you from where you are now to your desired end result with a specific journey that they've proven out over time. It's not just customized for every person. If you want to do that, that's fine, but you have to charge a ton more money because customization very rarely is scalable. And if we really want to make money in this, we have to learn how to scale it out. Even if you're doing a couple hundred people, that's still going to need to be scaled out. You can't customize everyone that comes in there. Or if you do it, you have to charge them a ton more money. It can't be $97 a month. It needs to be $2,000-$3,000 to set everything up, and then a couple hundred a month or something like that. But you really can't customize this and think that you're going to scale it up, because for you, it will lead to overwhelm.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Very cool. Very cool. Guys, if you're liking this, give us a thumbs up, give us some hearts, likes and hearts, and post your questions below.
Go hearts.
He definitely wants the hearts. So give the funnel doc some hearts and put your questions below. Okay. So let's see. While we're waiting for more questions to come in, is there anything else that you want to share, or that you feel like the audience needs to know when they're looking at doing this SaaS offer?
Yes. You have to make sure that you're just not trying to latch it on because it's cool to whatever you're doing now. I've found time and time again that people are like, I do X, so guess what? I can use it, so I'm going to try and sell it to all my clients. Well, just because your clients buy from you, that doesn't mean that this SaaS model solves their pain. So you have to ask them, what is their pain point? For coaches, tracking sales, being able to re-engage instantly, automation, funnels, all that stuff. So that's why it makes sense for me to put it out to my people, because it solves pain points they have. But if I'm a window repairman that I can use it for my agency to track all my sales and do everything, that doesn't mean that all my clients that I clean their windows are going to need it. They might if they have the pain, but if they don't, then don't try and just strap it on because it's cool and everybody's doing it. I think that's one of the biggest problems. People don't realize that if there's not a pain provided, they're not going to buy. They don't care if giving it for free. They're not going to take it because it doesn't affect them. They could care less. So that's sort of the thing that I think is so funny with people now. They're like, I'm going to do a SaaS. And it's like, dude, you have an amazing window cleaning business and make $1 million a year. Why are you trying to? Because it's cool, So just think about that. You have to solve a pain point. There has to be a need for it. Don't just try and buckle it on because it's another way to add money to your bottom line.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. My next question, SaaS or affiliate?
Great question. So I personally I'm going through First Promoter, doing my own affiliate program because I'm completely white labeling it. This allows me complete control over it. I get all the money, all that type of stuff. If it doesn't fit in your niche and it doesn't make sense for you because it doesn't solve a pain point, but you still want to make money off of it, affiliate it all day long. That way you don't have to worry, because don't give me, as nice as it is to get all the money, you get all the headaches too. So if you don't want to deal with the customer support for people that don't understand where their email is or how to log in, or you'd be surprised the stuff, and don't want to pay the extra to have support provided, instead just go ahead and be an affiliate for it. Let High Level cover all the headaches and all the keeping them in. Because here's the deal. As an affiliate, it's your job for them to sign up. It's High Level's job to keep them, to some degree. So that's what you want to think about. Like, how much work do you want to put into it? For me, I'm making it my own brand, my own product. So it only makes sense for me to promote it and do my own affiliate program. Whereas for the average person, I would probably say just be an affiliate and sit back and watch the money come in.
Right. Yeah. And I would say, like, I would imagine that with the SaaS, if you don't already have an audience or a following, it might be a little bit harder
for sure
to get started because you don't have like an email list or,
and again, we don't want to discourage anyone. It can be done, but I totally agree with Christina. If you don't have some type of following, some type of something, like, again, you probably don't have an avatar or a niche either, or a pain point. So it's probably I would just go with affiliate, make affiliate bridge page, start talking about it, make videos on how-to videos like somebody else I know that's doing really well. Wherever she's at. But that's the thing. I mean, look at what works. If you follow Christine here, you can see, like, she's smart now. As soon as I watch her too, I'll be like, oh, how do I put some out? Like 45 minutes later, she's like, hey, guess what? We got a new feature. So you want to be on top of it like she is. That's the way to do it. You come out and you become an authority in High Level, and now people come to you for advice and they'll sign up as an affiliate, on the very simplest level, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. Okay. I'm always curious to hear the arguments on one side or the other. So I'm very black or white around it. It's like, it's all about what's going to provide the best value for your customers at the end. For me, it's white labeling it. For you, it might be an affiliate. It's like, what's going to solve their pain? Because here's the deal. Online, there's so many people out there taking advantage of everyone. If you just think about how you can serve people at the highest level, you'll make a ton of money. Like, I'm serious. It's not even, there is so much money out there. It's crazy. But you have to be willing to not think about the money and think about the service, and the money will come. So pretty much. Yep, absolutely. So valuable. Funnel Dog dropping knowledge bombs on you guys today. If you are enjoying this, give us some likes, give us some hearts. Post your questions below. Post your questions below. And I'm sure that Funnel Dog would be happy to answer them. And you guys want to take advantage of the opportunity to ask him questions, because he's a very busy guy and has been gracious enough to share his time with us here today.
Do you have a question? Go ahead.
Nope.
Okay, so one of the things that I like to talk about that's really big, because I talk about coaches now and other people have this, is imposter syndrome. Okay, so like, I'm sure, Christine, you've experienced it maybe a little even yourself every once in a while. The funny thing is what everybody first of all I need to realize about imposter syndrome is, no matter what level you're at, it sort of never goes away. It sort of never goes away, no matter how much you accomplish or what you do. Realize it wasn't until I have 4 2 commas. It wasn't until I got my third one with someone other than Kevin David where I first was going, okay, maybe you do know everything, like not everything, but you know what you're talking about. It's not just because Kevin David's a badass and he did it, it's like, and then when I got my fourth one, I was like, okay, all right, you know your stuff. But it's like, even then, I had made $10 million through these funnels. I'd helped other people make, tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars, not millions, but lots of money. And I still am sitting there going, you might suck, dude. So I want everyone out there to realize that, first of all, it never really goes away. You always, in the back of your mind, are always sort of second guessing and doubting yourself. But that means you're also growing. Because here's the deal. there's only two people that don't have imposter syndrome. It's imposters because they already know they're full of shit. Excuse my language, you might have to beat that out. But then the second one is someone that stopped growing. Because once you start growing and you start challenging yourself and you stagnate, you're not worried about that next level or what that next step is or how you're going to get there or anything like that. So don't be an imposter and don't stagnate. And you'll always have that a little bit in the back of your mind. It never completely goes away. But I will tell you, you will feel better about it once you start to reach higher levels and start to evolve as an entrepreneur.
Very cool. Yeah, I totally can relate to that. And it's hard sometimes to kind of, overcome it. What are some things that you have done to kind of overcome your imposter syndrome?
One of the things that's easy is when people start telling you how much you've helped them. Like that's one of the things that really, like, man, it means so much to me when someone comes up to me and they're like, hey, you taught me X and I've made X or I've done Y or whatever. Even if they just say, hey, you inspired me, it means so much to me because that tells me my voice is getting out there. I'm being heard. I mean, heck, even when I get haters, I like them to some degree because it tells me I'm doing my job. People are hearing me out there and not everybody's liking what I'm saying. So that means it's getting out past just my immediate friends and followers, which that's how you know you're making real impact. So rather than taking negative out of stuff like that, turn around and make it a positive and realize your voice is getting out there. And that's when people really start to hear you. So for me, one of the things that helps me to break through imposter syndrome is when I get that reinforcement from others, not monetarily, but the impact. I mean, I have that tattooed on my wrist as well, So to me, it's about changing lives. Like we can all make money. But not all of us have the power to be able to change people's lives. And that's why I think we're blessed more than ever. If it wasn't for this internet and this amazing time, like we wouldn't be 10 years ago, none of this would be possible. 10 years ago, none of this would be possible. You guys and gals watching or listening to this do not realize what a time you have. All you have to do is take action. And yes, you might fail, but guess what? If I told you right now, if you failed seven, we'll do seven times, and all of a sudden you'd be a millionaire, how fast would you try and fail those 7 times? As fast as you can. So don't let the failure stop you because it's only one more step closer to your success. Realize every failure is one more step closer to your success.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like a one no closer to a yes, right?
100%. 100%.
Very cool. Okay. Well, I want to make sure we have enough time to talk about if they are interested in following you or working with you.
Oh, awesome.
How do they get in touch with you? How do they follow you? Where do they go?
So the easiest is just go to funneldoc.com, funneldoc.com. You can also message me on Facebook. I have a 90-day coaching program where I basically take coaches from 0 to 100K. Then I have a higher ticket program where we go to 100K to $1 million. And then in August, I'm actually putting on a mastermind in Orlando where in 4 days, we're going to take my entire 90-day program and break it down into 4 days. So by the time you're done, you'll not only have an entire coaching program, but you'll have sales as well. We're literally going to be teaching in the morning and implementing everything in the afternoon. And when you get done in 4 days, you'll have sales in a program. So it's pretty amazing. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one. That's going to be really cool. We have a big mansion in Orlando. I've got Iconics helping me put it on. You know him. He's a good guy.
Oh,
so. Yeah, I love him.
Icon.
Yeah, he's the best, dude.
Love you, buddy.
More heart. More. I got to get better about that. More hearts.
More hearts. Yeah, I'm actually planning an event with him too. It's just going to be like a little mastermind.
Nice.
But don't know anything about it yet. Just started talking. So he is amazing. I'm actually super interested in your mastermind that you have coming up. Is there like a special link for that?
There is right now. We're right now just starting to announce it. If anybody wants to talk to me about it, just message me. And right now we'll get you guys signed up and everything. just like with Icon, we literally launched everything like a week ago. So we're still in the planning and implementing phase. But yeah, it's going to be amazing because there's even going to be homework done before building up to it. So like we're going to be prepping your audience so that my goal is for you to at least have 2 sales of your coaching offer by the end of it's done in 4 days. If not, we're going to even have supplemental training after to make sure you get those sales. So it's literally going to pay for itself, if not even make you money by the end of it. We've even got videos. So just so you break it down, first day's funnels, second day's organic sales, so we can start prepping your audience. Third day is creating all the follow-up, all the emails, the messenger, all the different integrations, all the automations, all that's going to be covered. Fourth day is going to be videos and catch-up. We're actually going to be shooting your videos for your funnels, everything. So they'll be teaching in the morning. I have a chef that's going to be cooking lunches and dinners for everybody there. I'm going to have entertainment. It's going to be great. My goal is to make this like an experience that like, cool, you get a coaching pro, but like you can't quit talking about how cool it was. Like, I just want to make this something that's going to be like next level, that the 15 people, it's going to be exclusive. There's only be like 15 people are going to be able to attend. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. So.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Send me that for sure.
Yeah,
I'm super interested.
Awesome.
Amazing. Cool. Okay. Well, thank you so very much for taking your time to come chat with us today. Is there anything else that you want to say? Any final words or calls to action?
As much as I'd like to say something else, like come buy my stuff, whatever, no. But what I want you guys to take away from this, no matter what, is that no matter how hard it can be, like success can be right around the corner. I mean, it got really bad. You guys don't know how bad it got before those times with Kevin David and everything. And it would have been very easy to have given up and gone back to a 9-to-5 that's comfortable, that I've got insurance, that, all that type of stuff. But keep grinding, keep striving, because success is right around the corner. And it literally online, the difference that I found between the high-level entrepreneurs and the people that haven't figured it out yet is they're not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to take action. They're not afraid to, when they see that video, they're already making the other one, because they know that action is what breeds success. And insight comes from action. Insight does not come from sitting around thinking about stuff. It comes from taking action. So get out there and move and start doing whatever it is that you need to do to reach your goal so that you can live the life that you want. Because now I talk to my mom all the time, and she can't believe like the stuff that we experience now with online, because it's just such a different world. But it's out there for anyone that's willing to like take advantage of it. And it's not easy, or everyone would be doing it. So just go into it knowing it's not going to be easy, but at the end, the payoff is going to change your life. And not only that, but the lives of everyone around you. I mean, Christine, think about how many people that because you're becoming to be successful, it's starting to impact and branch out because of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I totally agree with you. Like when you said just keep going, there's a lot of times that I wanted to give up too, but I didn't. I kept going, and like never ever give up, guys. If this is what you want, go for it and don't give up, for sure.
And don't compare yourself to anyone else, like me or Christine. I've been at this 4 years now. If you're just starting out 4 days ago, don't think you're going to be here. It's not going to happen that fast. Only compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And as long as you're a little bit better, you're moving forward, man. So just keep it up.
All right. Very cool. Okay. Well, thanks again. I'll have to have you back soon to talk about
I love it. It was a lot of fun.
Your next mastermind. And go follow the funnels out, guys. Go check out his stuff. And we'll see you guys next time.